Hello, and welcome along to the stream tonight. Can I just ask, can everybody hear me? I'll explain why I'm asking that in a second. If there's anyone in the chat, can we just get a quick thumbs up to say that everything is working, please? I would appreciate it. I'm just going to wait and see that people can hear me. Anybody, don't leave me hanging, please. I can hear you, but there is a squeak in the sound, so you are far away. Really? There is a okay. Is it like really bad? I mean, I'm not aware of anything changing from my mic. Like a constant beep? Really? There is something squeaking. Yeah, I genuinely have no idea what that would be. I'm assuming if I put... Okay, I just switched the mic on and off again. I'm assuming that the squeak went away. There's a high pitch squeaking. Okay. I genuinely don't... How, on a scale of 1 to that's really annoying, how close are we? Let me see if I can hear it. Annoying. Okay, hold on. Oh yeah, that is quite annoying. I mean, I've just updated OBS. I figure that can only be it. But I genuinely don't know how to fix that. And now that I'm hearing myself in my ears now, it's quite annoying. Let me try one thing, hold on. Is that better? I wasn't necessarily expecting that to Okay, so that wasn't why I was asking, can you hear me? But maybe that's just as well that I did. So, I did just update OBS on this machine, and I did just update Windows on this machine. But I was also... Martin knows what I'm talking about, because I sent... Martin and Manfred know what I'm talking about, because I sent the videos to them. But I was making a video with my daughter yesterday, and we were messing around in OBS. And I'll show you what we were working on. So we had this as our background. So we had that as our background. Way better than collision. So we made... So, as some of you are aware, I've been trying to learn how to fix this Rubik's Cube and to solve it, right? But my eldest daughter she's very much into it now as well. And she's now got her own Rubik's Cube. And I've been trying to teach her what I'm learning in terms of the steps to fix it and all these sorts of things. And over the weekend, she was like, I want to make a video. I was like, no, she doesn't really want to make a video, but she does. So we sat together. I created a background in OBS. I set up, hi Adil, welcome to the stream. I set up my phone so that I could have close-ups of the Rubik's Cube as it was being solved with different scenes, and I was sitting with her, and I was helping her talk through it and all that sort of stuff, and I thought the video went really well. And then we watched the video back, and she was like, I want to do it by myself, Dad. I don't want you in it. And I was like, what? Why am I not allowed to be in it? So she then proceeded to make a 10-minute video by herself, explaining how to solve Rubik's Cube. And it was an amazing, for me, proud dad moment. She nailed it. She really did. I mean, she made one little mistake during it, and she kind of she gave herself a hard time about it. But oh my god, it was so cute. So I know some of the folks in the chat room have seen it. My wife doesn't want me to share it publicly, so it's on like an unlisted YouTube channel. But it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I have indeed been ditched by my own daughter, Maurice. I need to send it to you as well, Maurice. I think I'll get a kick out of it. But it was really funny. Anyway, so that's why I wanted to check that OBS was still working properly, because I've been messing around with the scenes to allow her to have a Rubik's Cube background, and like I say, this was pretty cool. I learned it from Scott Hanselman. There is an app that you can get for this phone. I'm saying this one, the iPhone. I'm assuming other phones have it as well. You can set up the camera in here as an NDI source. So you can use that as an additional feed within your OBS setup. So I was able to have the iPhone set up so that she could kind of hold the Rubik's Cube in front of the camera so that she could get close-ups of it. Anyway, it was really good fun. So none of that's actually important, but I thought it was quite cool, and I wanted to share. So before we get started tonight, I've got a couple of things that I want to get done tonight. So some of those are Chocolatey GUI related. Some are related to package validator, and I'm going to talk through it just now in my head and to you guys to see which ones you want to focus on. I may switch to doing the package validator first. What I did want to point out, because it would be remiss of me not to, is we just kind of started making it more public now, but Chocolatey, the organization, the company, they've got now a response, or not response, but we've got a solution that we think is a good idea in terms of helping people who are affected by COVID, in terms of mainly focusing around organizations and moving lots of their workforce to working from home. We have a new page on the website now that details what we are doing as a company in terms of making things easier for those companies to get up and running, to quickly set up their laptops, computers for helping people work from home. We've done that in terms of increasing the rate limiting that's in play for anyone using the community repository. We have special concessions for different companies getting set up, but the main one is a new quick deploy environment that we've literally just shipped, or it's there, ready to go. The quick deploy environment is essentially a fully configured, set up, ready to go box, for want of a better word, with all of the Chocolatey for Business bits installed. It has a repository installed and configured with using the community repository as a remote proxy source to bring those packages in. We've also set it up with Jenkins so that bringing in or using Jenkins as a continuous integration system for automatically internalizing and pushing packages to different repositories. It's all set up and good to go. You can literally download it and add the license key, and it's all there. It's something it's something you could always do by yourself. I mean, once you're set up with Chocolatey Business, you have the license key, you can install and configure all these things. But we've gone from however long it takes for a company to get that up and running to literally download this thing and it's good to go. So we like to think it will be helpful for folks. We've got information on a blog post. So up here on the blog, there's more information about that enabling of remote workers using that self-service anywhere system that we have. So it's documented here. So if that's of interest to anyone, go for it. Okay. Wow, Twitch just crashed. Oh, what? Oh, hold on. I'm catching up in the chat room here. Quick fly. Ain't most so Kim's asking, ain't most of the Chocolatey team already working from home, or is it just you and Paul? Literally everyone in the Chocolatey organization works from home. Now there is a office in the States where some folks work out of, but pretty much everyone else is fully remote. Yeah. So, wow, Twitch just crashed for me. Does it? Maurice is asking. So the quick deploy environment does include CCM. So CCM is installed and configured and ready to go. Yes, absolutely, absolutely it does. And I see that Deal replied to that as well. And Kim's back again on Twitch. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about with regard to that. There was a tweet went out from the Chocolatey official Twitter account earlier, so you can get more details on there. It directs you back to the blog post here as well. So, the things I wanted to talk about today, or to work on today, and hopefully get some help, is the first one is Chocolatey GUI. So there seems to have been a renewed interest in Chocolatey GUI, so I'm kind of riding the wave a little bit to get some of this stuff shipped, or at least into the develop branch. So I don't think I've got the latest source code onto this VM, so let's get the latest source code onto this VM so that we can start talking about it. So let's go to CD, come on, PowerShell. I thought I made the text in this bigger, but maybe I didn't make it big enough. Let's make the font a little bigger. 24. Let's do that. That's better. CD into C, GitHub, organizations, Chocolatey, and then Chocolatey GUI, git fetch upstream. I know there are. I was just going to talk through them because some of them came from you, Maurice. So git rebase upstream develop, git push origin, and let's get this open in Visual Studio. Where did my Visual Studio shortcut go? You added the change for the license file extension, didn't you? And you did something else too. But I forget what the other thing was. Oh, the package parameters. You added all the package parameters so that they work again. And I think you're just messing with me to see if I remembered. So let's open up Chocolatey GUI. So what I wanted to show was, I should bring up that tweet, shouldn't I? Let's find that tweet from that I sent out. I thought it was funny. In fact, I'll just go over here. I'll find it easier. Well, that doesn't sound good. I apologise for Twitch being crappy. It's here. Let me bring this tweet up. So if I go here, copy that, paste this into here. There we go. It just flat out crashes, or bizarre. So after our stream last week, where I left it pretty much looking like this, right? So I sent out a tweet saying, basically, this is what a person who doesn't know how to use WPF and SAML makes things look, right? So we added this text, which would prevent preload, feature is enabled. And then I spoke to my my amazing WPF expert on Twitter that I know, called Jan. And he did this, right? So it's night and day, right? We've literally got this, and then I say to Jan, can you make this look pretty? And he did this, right? So, I mean, it's phenomenal what he did, right? So, this is now in the code base. So, if we go up here and we give this a run, let's have a look at it and see what it's done. I'm hoping that the video on demand wouldn't be as buggy, but try turning off the low delay settings. I'm assuming that's not directed at me, Kim. That's a client setting on Twitch, I'm assuming. Oh, I never started this. What was this? I'm going to have to start this as Visual Studio. Start. Okay, cool. Just check. Let's open up this again. So Jan added in this message box that shows when prevent preload initially opens up. And then he also added in a new empty item template. Kim, I don't know if you saw that, but he added in an empty item template for when you search for something and it yields no results. This report catch 90. Please don't. I don't think I've done anything wrong today. Cool. So it was where I was trying to get to. So it was a new data template with a trigger. And that trigger was basically that there's no items in the list. So if we run this guy again, now that we have got admin access, we will check first of all to make sure that that new feature is enabled. And if it is, we will see the prevent preload message showing, and then we'll search for something and we'll see it returning an empty list. And then I also need to add the same empty item template into the local source. So at the minute we've added it to the remote source, but we'll need to add the same thing into the remote source so that we can see empty item template when they search on the local machine for a package that doesn't exist. So let's let this load up. Okay, so if we go on to Chocolatey, then the feature's obviously not enabled because it's showing that output. I didn't, Manfred. No, this is just flavored water. I like your thinking, but no, it's not quite. I'm not quite that addicted. Some people say I am, but no, I'm not. I'm not quite that addicted. So I'm going to enable this prevent preload feature. I'm going to close this guy again. I promise it's non-alcoholic. I wonder what you guys think of me sometimes. I really do. Right, let's load this up again. And well, just can't really respond to that, can I? Anyway, oh, I didn't press play. Probably would start with it. Let's try again. So we're loading Chocolatey GUI, sorry. We click on Chocolatey and we get this. It's beautiful. So no results yet. The prevent preload feature is currently enabled. Please search for a package using the search box. But if we do that and we search for something that doesn't exist, VLV, it goes off, it searches, and it comes back with no packages found. Change the search string and or option to use and try again. So we change that to VLC, and then obviously it runs off and it comes back in. I thank you for saying that, Maurice, but no, you're just trying to make me feel better, but it won't work. As I say, I return to my picture here. Someone who doesn't know how to use WPF, someone who does. I love it. I love it. Hold on, what was that? It did. Boom. It would make people think, what the hell's going on? Let's put it that way. So if we go back to this though, and we go back to here, and here we search for VLV, then it's just an empty box. So there's nothing in here. So I want to put the same, let's search for VLV again. I want to put the same, no matching packages found. I want to put that into here so that there's an indication that it found nothing. So what I should be able to do, this is where my WPF magic comes into play. I am going to copy and paste what Jan did and put it into a different view. And I'm going to see how well that goes. Right? So let's have a look and see if I can make it work. So I want to put it into the local source, which is this guy. And let's put this over here. And let's minimize some of this again, give me a bit more space. You are one of those, I am one of those copy paste programs. But in fairness, I'm not copy and pasting from Stack Overflow here. So I'm doing well. Right? So let's have a look for a data template. Where did he actually add the data template? It wasn't a data template within a data template. Chocolatey. It might be. So depending on how we create it, we might be able to do that, Kim. Scroll down. I like the thinking there. That's what I do. Let's have a look and see what he did. So what he did was within the style triggers. Go away. So he added this trigger here, and then he set some properties. So the way he didn't actually add a data template. My apologies, he didn't do that. What he did was he changed the contents of it to then contain what he wants to show. So so we might be able to what I'm trying to say is that the text that I want to show is slightly different. So even if we could make it the same, we would have to add some additional property bindings to make the binding. Oh, hold on. Just got a message here that I'm assuming Boris Johnson is now in ICU. Oh, I hadn't seen that, unless my phone has just come up with a bit of a message. Oh, no, I'm not seeing that yet. That's not good though. That's not good at all. Obviously, hopefully, he gets better. But that's... So I'm going to borrow this just now, and I'm going to put it into this one. He says. I'm going to put it into here. And let's just see what that does. I'm going to borrow it. Yeah. I'm not going to steal it. I'll give it back. Oh, what's Christian saying? tried to get on Twitch chat, but Twitch is a shit show on the iPad. No idea why it refuses my primary email address in the pad. Even after 59. Oh dear. Thanks. Appreciate it. So Christian there was replying on Twitter, but Christian is he's the original creator of Chocolatey GUI. He's the person behind it all, right from the get go. And when it first started, it was a Windows Form application that Christian created, and then I and a couple other people took it over basically and got it to where it is today. So we need to add an XML namespace here. Is that the same one? It's just called my apps rather than my. Yes, it is. So let's just consistency. Let's just put it in the way it's in on this one, and then we'll worry about it there. Ideal, sorry, followed up with. It is understood Johnson was moved to an intensive care unit just short of an hour and a half ago. The decision was made by his medical team after his condition worsened over the course of Monday. The Prime Minister is understood to be conscious and to have been moved as a precaution in case he needs ventilation. Oh, dang it. That's not good. Okay. So that's not working, but I'm going to assume that I need to modify some bindings here. So let's actually have a look at what's going on here. Oh no, hold on. Have I copied and pasted the wrong thing? I think I've copied and pasted the wrong thing. Look. Oh no, so that multi-part binding is for the right thing. So yeah, that's the same conclusion I was coming to. So the first part is that this one isn't needed. The has loaded will likely be there. Let's have a look. Local source view model. Oh, no. It won't have a has loaded property, I don't think, in here. It does. But Jan promoted that as a public property so that it can be bound to. So let's do what he did, and we'll promote this guy as this guy. No, we'll promote this guy as a public property here. There we go. Has loaded is what I was looking for. And then wherever this thing is used, find references. That's the bool, that's the getter and setter. This is going to be changed. Oh. This is going to be changed to the public version. And then this one we'll use public property as well. And then this guy will have that. Okay. Then, so the text will need to change here because I want to change the text. Okay. I could have, but watchword. Let's give that a try. Let's see where that gets us to. If we won't need the multi data trigger condition. So now if we do VLV, okay, still not working. Let's see where we get to. Let's have a proper read through it now, see what it's doing. Property has items. Okay. Type list view. Target type list view. And I'm assuming it's a list view that we are showing. I'm making a horrendous assumption here. Only. No, it must be. Must be. Yes. So it is there. Yeah. So type list view. Background, that's just margins. Template binding panel. Is there a lag now? Manfred? I hope not. So we're binding to the has loaded property. Data trigger is enabled false. Oh no. Twitch doesn't seem to be having a good night tonight. Sorry about this, folks. Video froze for 10 seconds for me. You have no idea how many times I've watched that film, my dear. None. Okay. So what have I missed? What else did Jan do here? Jan... He added that. There's the dialogue. I wonder if it's this. We go up to here and we add this guy. He adds the trigger. He already had a data trigger. We already had a data trigger. So we've added this guy in. Tile. Oh no, hold on. That part is already in down here. This part has already been done. Data trigger, match word. I think that's potentially... I might put it in the wrong place. No, it is on there. I've still yet to see Frozen 2 though. I'll admit it. I haven't seen it yet. I've come about yay close, but I haven't watched it yet. But they tell me it's better than the first one, but I haven't seen it yet. So I haven't broken it, so it's still working there. Dang it. Okay, if I can't get this to work, I might just leave it and send a PR and ask Jan why I've done it. So to answer your question, I do have Disney Plus, but everyone in my family has seen Frozen 2, and we haven't got to the point yet where they want to watch it again yet. So I'm not going to watch it by myself. So everyone else has seen it. So I basically am waiting for them to catch up and haven't want to watch it again. So I went looking for Onward. I don't think we've got it in the UK yet. I thought I did, Kim. So I went and changed this to only have the has loaded in it. Did I miss something here? Or was there something else I should have put in there? Or should I just make it a single trigger? I mean, I'm assuming that the multi-trigger will work if there's only one thing in it, but I may be making a horrendous assumption there. I mean, we can make it a single data trigger. Well, let's give it a try then. So let's make it a single data trigger. So data trigger binding equals binding match. No, hold on. Oh no, it's just a trigger this time then, sorry. No, it is a data trigger. Data trigger. I'm assuming that's a... Oh no, it is there. Okay. So it is something called match word. One way. So binding wants to be has loaded mode equals one way, one time, one way, and then value equals true. And then let's borrow this guy, stick that in there, and then let's do that. Let's give that a try. Let's see. If this doesn't work, we'll submit a PR and ask Jan why it's broken. And if not, we're going to go to package validator, because I feel we need to do that. So if we come here, no. Has loaded, empty search. Now you were frozen for me as well. Dang. Can we have... I'm offended. Right, okay, anyway, let's do get checkout minus B feature GH742 from the develop branch. Get add. Get commit minus M. GH 742 add empty item template to local source. Okay, push origin. It's going to tell me I can't because it hasn't got a tracking branch. And admiring Kim, that's exactly what I'm going to say. That's exactly what I'm going to say. I'm sorry. I'm going to say I request a review from Jan. And I'm going to create a pull request. And I'm going to say, Jan, can you please tell me why the empty item template isn't working on the local source? I have tried to copy paste your code, but there must be a bit more to it. And hoping that you can help. Comment. Yeah, I made a poo-poo. Feel free to comment on the PR, folks. So, have I mentioned that Jan's an expert in in WPF? Anyway, right, so we didn't get to where we want to do on that one, but never mind. What we want to go and look at now then is package validator. So there's some ongoing issues with package validator in and around its ability to validate certain URLs. Wait a minute, did you... What? What? Hold on. I thought I did. I added the converter at the top. I added the null full, yeah, if that's what you're referring to. Is that the converter that you're referring to, or did I miss something else, Kim? Okay, cool. So I caught that one, and then we added the has loaded property as a public, and then the rest is just okay. So the thing I want to look at is if we go up to chocolatey.org/packages/audacity. Yes, I understand. If we look at the version history of this thing, then this one here is currently sitting waiting for the maintainer to come back and fix things. And what we're waiting on the maintainer to come back and fix things are, as far as the validator is concerned, the docs URL is invalid. Right? Now, if I look at the docs URL and we go over here, then the docs URL works. Right? Now, there have been numerous, and I mean numerous, problems with validating URLs from the package validator machine. For example, if the server in question has a higher level of TLS, it causes problems with the package validator. So we addressed that by adding in the various ciphers that was required to make things work. As another example, if the server that's serving the website is using Akamai, if the outgoing request to validate the URL doesn't have the request headers in the right order, it refuses, it sends a 403 response back saying you're not getting in. Another example being that in the same Akamai server, if the outgoing request header doesn't have the expected case for the request header name, it sends a 403 response back from the server saying you're not getting into play. Other examples being that if you don't enable certain headers, it doesn't work. It's an ongoing little battle that I have been having, and I've been involving Maurice in it because, well, it was Maurice who introduced it was Maurice who introduced this feature. Okay, hold on a second, I can fix that. Let me do this. Okay, is that better? Is it drowning out a little bit? But my heater did just turn on. So I've been bringing Maurice into this, and we sat on a Zoom session for, I don't know, the best part of an hour one night, at least, didn't we? Trying to figure out what was going on with the whole Akamai thing. So there's a couple of... Oh no, I didn't. Sorry, I didn't switch the heater off. I adjusted the automatic background filtering of the VSTS plugin that I'm using to make things work. Messed up your whole day. Sorry about this. So there's a couple of other packages that's one from Christoph, that's one from Maurice, and the WhatsApp is the other one. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to spend the next hour and 10 minutes or so. Horrible. It was my heater. I'm going to spend the next hour or so trying to fix them. Now, I know how to fix at least one of these. So this one, the WhatsApp package, I can fix, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to attempt to RDP onto the machine in question. So give me a second while I try and make a connection to the package validator machine, because what I want to do is I want to test out a few things. So if I follow this guy and I put that over to here, that's not going to work. Go in what? Sounds like speaking. Oh, I see. I'm just going to try and get myself connected to the machine in question. Because what I've got on the package validator is a little link pad application that I can run through these tests directly on the machine to then be able to see why things are failing and then try and get them to work. So I'm just going to try and get to the machine. But I need to add in my IP address so that I can get into it. Give me a sec. I haven't. No, it's still downloading a deal. It's going to be tomorrow before I can have a look at it. This one. And then this one. My heater just went off again, but I'm hoping you didn't actually hear it go off again. or it didn't actually make any difference. Paste. Paste this. There we go. Okay, so that should let me here. Okay, so then on here, trying to do this so I don't give the game away. And this. So up here. I know you guys can't see any of this, and I apologize for that. And I'll get back to where I am in a second. And then this one. Okay. Are we going to watch Frozen, are we? I'm not reading all the chat messages yet. This might take my full screen, so let's see what we can see here. So let's put this, make this a bit smaller, and then let's put this up here, so we can see things. Okay. And if we go to this, I'm not searching. Interesting. Check out this guy. Control here. This one. So I have a little. So basically, what I've got here is the exact same code that is running in the package validator itself. So you'll see here that when I was last in here, I was trying to test the WhatsApp blog URL because it was coming up as a invalid. So if we go here, and I think it's still broken. If we go here, yes it is. So what the blog URL, which is tracker, no, one of these is to blog. That was this one. So the software issues link, if we were to look at the version history, then I know Sippy's responded saying that it's not working. So all of these URLs are coming up as invalid. So if we go over here and we attempt to run this, then I think I got to the point where it was working. Yes. And the reason that it started working was I added in an additional header, which was this guy. If I take this header out and I run this again, we get an exception. we get an exception saying that the server returned an error, bad request. If I put that header back in again, things work, right? So, if we go back over to here and we grab one of the packages that is currently failing, which was the Audacity package, and we look at one of the URLs that was failing, which is the docs URL, which is this one, grab that URL and put this into my little test harness here, right, and run this guy, and that fails. It's still failing. So then what we have to look at is then we have to start looking at things like Fiddler. So I have Fiddler on this box somewhere in order to... I thought I had it in the box. Fiddler. Then... Let's see Fiddler. Oh, okay. Would you like to learn more? No, I would not. Let's make this a bit smaller so it fits into this tiny window that we have. This is what I've been fighting with in terms of trying to figure out why a specific URL works and then another one doesn't work. So if we go back over here and we run this again, Fiddler should intercept that request, and we'll see the outgoing request as a 403 response. Now, one of the things that stood out when Maurice and I was going through this was that he happened to notice in the response headers that there was an Acumen. So this time around the server is Cloudflare. So I wonder if there is a problem there. But the way that I've been kind of testing this is we open up another browser and we go to that same URL and we see what the outgoing request. Oh, what's happened? I'm going to say that that's okay. Just not now. Oh, there was an issue communicating. Well, this doesn't bode well. Please complete the security check to access. So, interesting. And gives you temporary access to the web property. What can I do to prevent this in the future? If you are a personal connection like a home, you can run a public use. Okay. So, what I'm getting at is, how can I intercept the request so I can see that what the outgoing request in Firefox looks like to then compare against what is going out from Package Validator? What do I need to do to make that work? Can I make that work? Because that's kind of where I'm trying to get to. I want to... Why not just use the dev? No. Yeah, okay. I could do that, but then I kind of want to have both in the same. I want to look at this side. No, you're right. So we can do that. If I can get Chrome to come up on the window. Where's Chrome over here? Seriously, where's Chrome? Let's just use. I've got Chrome open there. I'm going to use Chrome. So let's do. Because the reason for doing Fiddler is that Fiddler will send the request that Fiddler creates will be the minimum amount, I think. But that's maybe because I'm still running Fiddler. Oh no, it worked. So I can do this. Seriously. Please click each image containing a boat. A boat? A boat? Is that a boat? I think it's a boat. Is that? I don't think it's a boat. Next. Please click each image containing a boat. A boat. A boat. Check. Hold on, human. Right, it went out. Right. So, stop capture. Stop. Where did this go? Oh, hold on. Okay, so what release is suggesting? But it could be that we don't have. It could be that that's something else that's enabled on Cloudflare for that specific site. So if we do that, Chocolatey works. But it could be that this one has something else enabled on Cloudflare that we're not currently doing. But anyway, where did that outcome request go? Spin up Chrome or Firefox, Dev Console, F12, go to network. Oh, we were there. Network. This one. Go to network. Click on head, or you see headers. I don't see headers. Oh, I do see headers. Sorry. Go back up to the top. And this is the one that we made. So the request headers had client accept, user agent, sec fetch mode, connection keep alive, and host. But in this one, I mean, there are other security headers. Yes, absolutely there are. So, I mean, we could set those in. I mean, I'm willing to try them. Add them all. Sure. Sec fetch dest. Sec fetch dest. Dest. Anyone remember what it was? Document. Document. Nope. Sec fetch site. Site. Same. Was there a hyphen in there? Once. Where are you getting cross-site from? But you want me to make it cross-site? Other than the same origin? Site? Nope. Oh, interesting. Okay. Anyone know what this question mark 1 is? Set fetch user. Question mark 1. Nope. User agent. We've already set the user agent to something. Yeah, some long thing. Allow what redirect. Oh, that should be there. I'm not sure what you're looking at there. Very Scorch. What are you referring to? Go back to the deadline. So if we get rid of all of these, start capturing again, and then notepad, run again. And Fiddler, we should see that we've added in some of these things, but we're still getting invalid request. Or more specifically, we are getting a remote server term error 403. So the question becomes, what are we still missing in terms of what goes out the door? Because this is me essentially playing spot the difference between the outgoing request in Chrome, which works, and the other one which doesn't. Upgrade integer request 1 is typical for HTTP2 requests. They have been set quite often for older requests as well. As in, you want me to try adding this one? And then I can try it. Copy. That is accept encoding header and set some servers require one to be valid. Accept encoding. Accept. No, doesn't look like it. You're referring to this one. Can I copy that? Copy. Request dot headers. Including. No. So it did go in. So you're right. And that's why some of these I've had to do like this, because if I try and do that through the request headers collection, it doesn't work properly. But that one did go out, or so it went into here as accept encoding. So that one did go out. There is definitely some things there. No, Kim, you're right. I've had to address that on other ones. So what else are we still not? I mean, we can borrow all of this text and put that into the accept header, see if that makes any difference. But I think that was the same. Yeah. The user agent is trying to further. Sure. But then that gets us into a sticky situation though. If this one works, then how would I do that? Well, I guess that one could work. Request dot headers refer. This is really just whack-a-mole at this point. It's like, which one's going to make it work? It's not either. Well, assuming it went out. Let's have a look. This one. Miscellaneous referrer went out. Yes, it did. Now delete the referrer. Okay, fine. Oh, it's just tried invoke web request Audacity API basic version on it. Reach issues. Okay. No, doesn't work. So that works on your machine. Hold on. This is my machine. Just make sure I'm doing this version. See, that speaks to something TLS on box then. So how does one get that thing again? Where what's the thing I'm looking for? SSL. There's something that I can, what's it called? SSL line? This field answer from deep analysis. Yes. Good. how would I validate that I'm being blocked? How would I do that? And if I do, how does one become unblocked? Because let's take Fiddler out of the mix. Let's remove Fiddler for a second. And let's just try going to this website again. See? That maybe makes sense then. So if I go over here to my machine and I do this, yeah, I'm not getting that captcha when I go to the website. Or so there's not some text on here. If you're on a home computer at your home, antivirus can. What can I do to prevent this in the future? That's potentially. Well, let's do this though. Hold on. See that? I'm hesitant to do that. If I do HTTPS, I mean that is fronted by Cloudflare, and that's going to work. So you notice server, yeah. So there was a server header in the response that said Cloudflare, but I mean, so what you're suggesting is something similar to what we did before, which was if it's a 403. Did we add in the Akamai one? Yeah, we did. So what we said was, if the remote server returned a 403 forbidden and the response header is Cloudflare, just let it through. I mean, that would certainly work. So let's try this then. So let's add in this guy. So this is horrendous. Cloudflare. We'll fix the text layer. So let's remove some of these guys. In, which was the one that we needed to make. I guess there's no harm in leaving those other ones in. If we do that, then that still get 13, which is not the one that we actually want to validate. It's this one. This one. This one. Run. So that will make it work. I feel all kinds of wrong doing it though. Will make the validation work. Yes, I know. So that was me just testing Moose. Not Moose. That was me just testing my code. I would need to go back in and change that code or that error message to be more specific to what we're attempting to do. don't like it. I really don't like it. But I kind of hate it as well. But I would imagine that lots of the URLs that we're validating I would imagine lots of the websites that we're validating is fronted by Cloudflare. So it must be an additional setting that Audacity have chosen to add, which makes this work. So, okay, let's go back to the issues that are outstanding and see what other URLs are failing. So the VLC nightly packages, the license URL. Why is this one failing? Drop the link address. Let's back up here and let's try this one. So that's now working, where you said it wasn't working, Maurice. Is it the addition of that? I don't see any reason why that one would fail, Maurice. This has... Oh, I see. This is now working. I mean, that's... maybes. If I had to guess, it was a glitch in the matrix. I'm going to close this one, Maurice. What do you think? I don't know whether the logs will still be there, to be honest. I guess I'm on the box. Let's have a look. See. March 17th. Who are we looking for here? The URL that I got in my clipboard. Oh. The URL in question was this guy. It's not that one. Let's see what you guys are doing. Error validating the URL remote. That to me just says that the video LAN website was down for whatever reason. So yeah, that was a valid one at that point in time. So let's go back to here and Kevnar looking at the logs. Looks like the video LAN website was down. Going to go ahead. Okay, so that's that one. The WhatsApp package is fixed. The Audacity one is going to be. Did you create one for Audacity? Did you create one for the Audacity package, Kim? Or did you not? What's this one? Below the one from Christoph. That's the WhatsApp package, not the Audacity one. I reuse the Christoph one. What does that mean? Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay, sorry. Apologies. So, okay. Let's see where we get to with this one. Alright, this one, checking the logs, backing all data, see the following. I don't think the time I should have something else. Machine. I don't think I got very far with this one, did I? Let's just see if this isn't just magic working. There's some changes we've been making. Yeah, no, sorry, Kim, that's fine. I wasn't keeping up with. Yeah, this one, I remember this one, it just doesn't work. It works when you do this. It doesn't. It works on my machine. It works on my host machine, is what I mean by that. But specifically, when I try and access it from this validator machine, I don't get any response. Or it times out, but then it's still loading. Okay, come back to that one. Let's do this one. See if any of these are now working. Okay, so that one's now working. Is that as a result of this? That one was already working. So I don't know why. Same issue for this one. Nope, that one works. Issue in backup repository. Same issue for link address. Run. Nope. None of these are actually failing. None of those are actually failing. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maurice or Kim, can one of you go and run the validator on the packages that Christoph is mentioning here, please, and just see if it just starts working? Because none of those are failing in my test harness, so they shouldn't necessarily be failing in the but okay, let's go back to here. Let's go here. So we've got grab the code, and make some changes. So you just resubmitted that, so that should run through quite quickly. If we click this here, from this guy. So get CD into validator. Let's just look at this guy. It's a different issue. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's see. This guy. So as for our test harness, we're going to add in some additional security request headers. Let's save that. I'm going to say that that's related to what's that one, which is 226. Thank you. So we'll go back and check and for a sec. GH-226, is that what I said? I think it was 226. There we go. Add some additional security headers when testing on test harness. WhatsApp. Or indeed failing until set fetch. Okay. Sure. Okay. And then the other one that we were going to do was this one. It says copy this one. So all of those ones that were failing are now passing. Beautiful. Thing of beauty. And the server is there. Not all yet, but okay, we're getting there. And this one is going to be related to, we go back up to here and attempt to get this guy. Go through. GitHub.com/package manager. 229. Either. Uh-oh. We've got Stevie coming in, have we? Oh dear. Just messing. Just messing. This one. This guy. For your issue, this seems to be a security feature. Security feature of Cloudflare, which is preventing the use. Let's see here. Unblown for this specific case. Hi Stevie. Comment. So everyone else downloads the image. Hold on. Where's my download page? My download page is currently sitting. It's saying 3 hours left, folks. So it's still going. I'm going to close this guy. And I'm going to say, looks like rerunning the package file different on some else. I think going forward, the correct course of action to return package validation prior to doing further investigation. Right, sorry. Right, what are we doing? So, everyone hide. Turtleneck, hi Stevie. Oh god, everyone else was. Paul said it takes him 10. Well, that's great for Paul. I think you're exaggerating there a little bit, deal. If I have a URL, I can try something fishy. But no words, deal. I'm going to come over to Canada and sort you out. That's how it's going to go. I mean, I don't think I'm doing anything different from anybody else. I'm literally clicking the link, and it's currently guesstimating. Well, it's fluctuating between 3 and 4 hours. 56. I'm not. I mean, I'm currently uploading to Twitch as I'm doing things, but no words. None. Right, where was I? Back to here. And we said this is going to be issue 229. This is likely due to the fact that the server is using Cloudflare, which is sometimes popping up captcha, which needs to be solved. Obviously, not possible by package. Are you on my I don't have this. Right, so I'm going to add this guy in. So, GH-229, add specific Cloudflare 4 hours. When we get Cloudflare specifically. Oh, we haven't had that for a while. Assume that this is due. Assume that this is due to capture being shown and backdate as okay. So I'm going to push that. How much? What have you been doing on Pluralsight specifically? Oh yeah, if anyone on the stream wasn't aware, Pluralsight all through the month of April their whole library of videos is completely free. So I would thoroughly recommend that you go off and have a look at getting some Pluralsight offerings. See, that's a great course. That guy was amazing. It's sad that he died. It really was. I met him a few times when he was in NDC. Yeah, just recently. What month were we on? Was it earlier this year? No, it was tail end of last year, I think it was. Yeah, it really is. He's a really nice guy. Met him a few times at NDC Oslo and did some of his workshops. Genuinely smart guy. You don't, Kim, no. If nothing else, you should go and check out Enrico's cake course on Pluralsight. It's very good. The other one that I noticed, I don't know if it's still running, I signed up for, I haven't done it yet. Udi Dahan of Particular his course is free as well. You can sign up to it. All about distributed systems. There was a link he sent out on Twitter, so I've signed up to this one. You can sign up and then you have 60 days to complete the course. So I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm going to try. Right. What do we want to do now? I'm going to take this guy and put it over here, right? Because, in fact, let's close this down here and over here. So, talk amongst yourselves, and I'm going to get that code deployed onto package validator machine, and hopefully it C++, eh? Go for it. You're on your own. Although, Manfred's not on the chat anymore. Manfred would have joined you. So, actually, delegates are fun. Yeah, delegates are fun. Have you got an example of something that you are not following along with, Steve? Yeah, fun. We can talk through it if you want. I have no objection to it. I just think we do. I delegate my understanding to later. Oh, I cracked myself up. This one. Copy this guy. This one. This one. But when I wrote one and used it, I broke my So there's quite a few delegates in action in the Chocolatey code base. So if you wanted to see examples of them in action, there's lots in the Chocolatey code base because there's delegates either in the form of a func or an action in almost all of the Chocolatey commands. So within the creation of the command, they'll then delegate back out again to the handler. So that workflow is all across the Chocolatey code base. Just on this pop up that I got. This one too. Okay. So really use delegates in there. So. I mean, they definitely have a use case. I mean, in the Chocolatey code base, where they're being used is we'll have some course of action that you want to apply, and it's a reasonably generic action, but then there are specific handling depending on the actual command. So, the example being the install command is very similar in how it's handled to the uninstall command in terms of parsing the input arguments, adding help documentation, that sort of things. So we create a generic handler, which is get help documentation or perform command. So then the wrapper calls into that handler, and then we call back out to the command to say, okay, give me the help documentation, or actually perform the action. But the code that kind of orchestrates all of that is generic. No, not generic in the sense of generics in terms of the typing, but it's the handling code is the same across the commands. It's just that you have to call out to get specific help documentation, or call out and get the actual action that you want to perform. But that orchestration is all the same. Except go-to statements. Okay, right, what was I doing? I feel I was away down a rabbit hole there. That's it. Right, so I'm going to go over here. I'm not showing, I can't really do this part on a stream, so I would if I could, but I can't. So I'm going to go and get this code deployed onto the package validator. So I'm just going to talk amongst yourselves, and I will come back and we'll test out Kim's Audacity package. See. Strong, that's fighting words. This. That's down. This down. And then this. Yeah, you've got to remember, Maurice and Kim are now moderators on this channel, and they can kick you out. I did, yeah. Still not sure it's a good idea, Stevie, I'll be honest. No, was it last week? We had a bot come into the chat room, and Maurice and Kim were like, we could have dealt with that as mods. So, hold on. Stevie's not an MVP. How do I make him an MVP? Not an MVP, a VIP. How do we do that? Hold on. See if we can get back in here. See, I don't know how all this stuff works, I'll be honest. There's slash commands I can do, right? So I can list out my VIPs. And currently there is that one. So if I grab you, copy, and then I can do VIP, that one. Right, try that. You added Stevie Coaster as a VIP of this channel. You should be in there, Stevie. Done. So that's doing that. This one. There goes the membership. We go here. We do. Close this one. Open this one. Fancy simple ghost type. No. Close this one. I realise that this is not particularly good for you watching because my face is over at my other screen, but I really can't do this on the screen, so you have to bear with me. I'll get it done. Which file were we changing? We were changing. And then here. If we can make the VIP a little tiny chocolate symbol, we should definitely do that. This one. So let's go into here. This. Okay. Switch this one. And then okay. Hold on. What are you guys doing? Why the deals messages all crossed out? What happened? I'm going to put you on a 1 minute timeout just to test. Please don't take it personally. Love it. Kim, can you flip the flag on the? Can you rerun the validation on the Audacity package, please? I go away for a minute, and I come back to a deal being kicked banned from the chat room. Go on. And if you can let me know, Kim, when you set. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So a message from Foods now. So if I go ahead and do this, and then watch the logs flow through as well. So I'm just watching the logs go through. Audacity is validating. This check is in place. 11429. That's validated. So if we check now on here, it should be updated. Just go and email. So I think the Audacity package is now done. There we go. There we go. 233 is done. Okay. So we fixed that one. So I'm gonna are all of Christoph's ones done? So if we click on this one, we click on this one, click on this one, we click on this one, this one. So that one just got approved. So that one is done. That one's done. So this is maybe not a trusted package, is it? Or maybe not signed in. So it's validated, but that one is fine. That one's passed. That one's passed. That one's passed. Okay. I think all of them got triggered again. Didn't say it at the top. Which one? This one? Waiting for routine update. So I believe that this is a limbo one. Because both packages of both validation, they both passed. So this one is essentially stuck, I think. So given that package validator has been re-triggered, I believe that this one would need to be helped along. But it will get picked up, I think. In checkbox, let's check now. Okay, so these ones we need to follow up with. I'm not logged in, so I can't do it. But I'm going to close this issue about getting out. I'm going to say Christoph. Should remember what, right? Christoph. I believe. Yeah. So we want to close this. And submit files. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yes. So, can one of you take care of that, please? Because I'm not signed in. This one is fixed now, right? Or did we re-trigger the validation on this one? We didn't re-trigger the validation on this one. So let's do this. Can one of you trigger the revalidation on the WhatsApp package as well, please? And let me know when that's done. And we should hopefully be able to get these done tonight. Sorry, what do I miss, Maurice? Well, this one's sitting the 1st of April. So it's responded. Sippy's responded saying that this one is failing. Or this one, sorry. Yeah. Oh, someone's done it. Okay. There we go. And then validator. There we go. And it's passed validation. So if we refresh this, done. So that one's now validated. So we can close off that one. FLC. This. Okay, so there's one outstanding package that's currently, or one outstanding issue with regard to package validator and failing a package, which is this one. But I'm not going to continue with that tonight. I think I'm done for the night. So what we should do is we should go back to see if our friend in the neighbourhood WPF expert has told me why I'm being silly. Which doesn't look like this. Oh, hold on. Did he glitch it just then? Hold on. So he's... See, I was gonna remove that. Properly binding package source. Did we miss him? Yeah. Looks like we're maybe binding to the wrong... Oh, the context is different. So I was gonna remove this because I felt that this was wrong. Let's have a wee sneaky peek, shall we? And then I'm going to my bed. CD upper level, CD into Chocolatey GUI. Git fetch. Oops. No. Git freebase. Origin feature. That one. And indeed. Thank you. I love it. You should get a deal to make him a sticker. A deal, you still on? Can we get a sticker for Obi-Wan? No problems to you. Have a good one. My download's still happening, but I'll check on it tomorrow. So if we do ELB, oh, interesting. That is indeed a blocking call. That's not letting me search because this is still going. That is bad. That still isn't working. Let's just check to see if it ends. Yeah, good. We'll do this on the new VM. Interesting. Yeah, that's still not working. Yeah, we can come back to that. Okay, hold on. Copy. copy, clipboard, paste. That is interesting. Because but when did you do that one? Because I basically stopped and restarted the validator, which that's not coming up as being in the queue. Yeah, that one should have come through already. But let's do this. See what you're saying. So this is this package is not in queue. So there's nothing for the validator to do, but for some reason this is still saying pending. That's definitely an oddity. I wonder. Nope, not quite that far yet. And you're right, maybe that's in its current state, that's never going to get changed. But it's also deprecated, so I don't necessarily care. No, that's terrible to say, but I think so. I mean, we can fix it. We could go in and manipulate the database for that particular package, but I don't think it's necessary. So what's wrong? Is this one ready to go then? If you're the reviewer on this one, Luis, is this ready to get approved now that both of those are? Or were you the reviewer just because you kicked it? It is odd, but I mean, without digging into that code, I'm wondering whether the request to update the I don't know. So I'm not sure. Anyway, it's getting to be my bedtime, folks. So I think we've done good work tonight. We've at least fixed some package validator rules. Chocolatey GUI, we're getting close on. There's another pull request I was hoping to get to tonight, which was this one, which is all about improving the icon files for certain packages. So if we look at the Snoot package, then this is happening. And this Batson, I don't actually know the name, Bastion, got it to improve from here to here. There's an outstanding issue where SVGs aren't being handled correctly, so the Firefox icon is getting morphed. We need to fix that. What was the best thing? Absolutely, the timeout are real. No questions. That's the highlight. Right. So thank you all for attending. I'm hoping to do a stream on Friday lunchtime. I'm keen to get back into that sort of regular cadence doing those ones as well. So I'm hoping that this Friday might work out, but we'll wait and see, I guess. But for now, I hope you're all staying safe. You're all social distancing yourselves from everyone around you. and you continue to stay safe. So, I guess, Maurice, I guess, can a mod lock out another mod? I would guess so. But I don't even know how that would work. Anyway, right. Thank you all for coming. I do appreciate it. And we will see you all, if not Friday, definitely Monday. And Maurice, remind me in the morning to send you that video link of the Rubik's Cube solver. I think you'll enjoy it, and I'll pass it your way though. I think you might like it. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. So talk to you all later.